Hello and welcome to episode number 18 of Ashnomics. Falling in love is a good thing, but also strange thing, isn't it? I read one शेर, बेइश्क आदमी की जरा भी शान नहीं, जिसको न होवे इश्क वो इंसान ही नहीं. James Thurber, an American writer and a humorist, has once said, love is the strange betterment which overtakes one person on account of another person. Recently, I came across the definition of love in a Devil's Dictionary. Yeah, there is something called Devil's Dictionary, which says a temporary insanity curable by marriage or by removal of the patient from the influences which he incurred the disorder. Love is a disorder, I doubt. So people inflicted or afflicted by this find ways and means to elope with or find ways to live with their love, already married or not. Let me share a few stories with you. But if you want to use those tricks, do that at your risk. In UK, one Robert famously escaped through a second-story window with Lady Isabella while her husband was busy winning at chess but losing at life. The Robert's toolkit was a knotted bedsheet, a bakery van idling below, and two very cooperative pigeons trained to distract local guards by dive bombing at the exact wrong moment. I know pigeons are generally a menace, but they helped Robert. Perhaps he was feeding them daily. Our Indian pigeons, even if you feed them, they are of no use. They will just fly away at the right time. Well, in today's world, lovers no longer climb towers or jump from windows. These tricks are reserved for board or college exams to help cheating. Well, you pay taxes and it is complicated, right? So is love. Very complicated. Love in the age of social media is also complicated. Should one swipe right or left? Decision making is so very difficult. If you can imagine, if Shakespeare were to be alive, he would have written an updated version of A Midsummer's Night. Lysander forgets to log out of his dating app, and Demetrius, Hermia, and Helena end up accidentally matching with each other. What has happened was one Priya from Mumbai who thought she had found the one on Bumble until she realized that one had also super liked her cousin and her gym instructor. Undeterred, Priya devised a plan. She created 4 different profiles, one elegant, one adventurous, one nerdy, and one slightly obsessed with dogs, only to discover that the one matched all 4 and used the same pickup line each time. Now Priya is a confused person. Should she rely on traditional arranged marriage? She wants your advice. Please write in the comments. In most Hindi movies, you will find there is a love triangle. But today is the age of 4K. So there has to be a love quadrangle. Well, there was this guy Ramesh who found himself in a romantic Sudoku. His Bumble date Neha was charming until he spotted her at the mall holding hands with someone who looked suspiciously like his college roommate. Then he did some investigation on other social media apps and found that his roommate was also dating Ramesh's ex, who just happened to be Neha's yoga instructor. Remember that song from an old Hindi movie? Dost dost na raha, pyar pyar na raha. Well, he then invited everyone to a surprise dinner. And there was chaos over hot drinks. They had hot discussions of alliances, betrayal, and creating new profiles. Ramesh quit Bumble and joined Tinder. Neha didn't declare where she would be, but Ramesh's roommate secretly joined other Hinge or Fling or something like that. All this made the waiter happy because he got the first row seat to this drama and was happy that his lady love is a neighbor and not on Bumble. Now there is yet another story of appetizer affair from Hyderabad. Now in this case what has happened was Shalini, a foodie, joined a dating app to find someone who shared her love for exploring new cuisines. She matched with Aditya, a chef who seemed to be the perfect partner. They decided to meet at a fine dining restaurant where Aditya claimed to have insider access to the secret menu. The dinner had a delicious spread. She was impressed by Aditya's knowledge of every dish. But then, halfway through the meal, she noticed the waiters were giving them odd looks. Aditya then admitted he wasn't a chef but had worked as a waiter in that restaurant. And Aditya was just trying to impress her. He was honest and didn't claim having a degree in fine arts or some or entire science. Despite the revelation, Shalini liked his effort and humor, and they spent the rest of the night laughing over dessert. Their relationship did not last, but Shalini's blog titled How to Date a Chef Who Isn't became a viral hit. Now, love does have a happy ending, perhaps for some, sometimes always. There is a story of a life coach. I think it is from Mumbai. Ravi, a successful investment banker, felt pressured by his family to find a partner. Reluctantly, at the insistence of his sister, he joined a matchmaking app where he met Preeti, who was a life coach. Impressed by her confidence, Ravi decided to meet her over brunch, which is normal these days. During their conversation, Preeti began analyzing Ravi's life choices, offering unsolicited advice, unlike advocates, on everything from his career to his eating habits. She even suggested swapping his cappuccino for green tea. Ravi was a bit annoyed but secretly amused. It was his turn now. He started critiquing her coaching methods with his knowledge of corporate jargon and practices. And there was a playful debate, while other diners listening to their free advice and taking notes. By the end of brunch, they realized they didn't have that romantic chemistry, but agreed to first collaborate on a podcast titled Finance Meets Philosophy. It became a hit, blending Ravi's practical advice with Preeti's motivational insights. And then they lived happily ever after. Now, as per the Devil's Dictionary, if you are really in love, the remedy lies in marriage. But laws of love and marriage are fast changing and getting complicated day after day, just like our taxes. Earlier, you were only required to register when you are born. Then registration of marriage came. Now, if you want to live in, you need to register. In both cases, some random person will object to your marriage. God forbid. One day they will say, if you are in love, show the registration certificate. Now that reminds me of Jigar Saab's sher, which summarizes the situation. हम इश्क के मारों का बस इतना ही है अफसाना, रोने को नहीं कोई, हंसने को है ज़माना. Now when you love doing so many things, why not subscribe this channel, like and share this episode. This is not at all complicated as your taxes and love matters. By the way, Priya awaits your advice. And yes, all names and characters mentioned in all these stories are only for reference and unrelated to any person alive or dead. I think I am supposed to give that statutory disclaimer. Bye and enjoy your life.